Welcome to Here Comes the Boom, a KSR and KSR Plus recruiting podcast talking all things Kentucky basketball recruiting. We've got an exciting show for you today. We're going to be bringing on-3 national basketball analyst Jamie Shaw to talk about Kentucky's 2025 commits and where they stand in the rankings. We're also going to be talking about Nate Ament. Speaking of Nate Ament, let's talk about where things stand over on FanStake. We've talked about this platform on the show a few times. They're a new sponsor of the show. Let's see where things stand right now. So right now, we've got Louisville still in the lead, but Kentucky's made up a lot of ground. Now at $13,000, a little over $13,000. Just a reminder that you can go in, stake Nate for a free $25 using the promo code KSR. Go in there, put in $25 for Kentucky, help Kentucky climb and beat Louisville, and it doesn't cost $1 to you. So be sure to go and do that. I'm expecting a visit to be set for Nate to Kentucky very soon. All right, now let's welcome on-3 national basketball analyst Jamie Shaw to talk about the new on-3 rankings. Jamie, thanks for joining us today.
Jacob, man, I always appreciate you having me and bringing me on.
So let's get into it, talking about where Kentucky commits stand in these 2025 rankings. You've got Malachi at 31, Jasper at 33, and a Caden Lewis at 50. So, what of those three, who do you see as kind of has the biggest potential for moving up in the rankings as the spring comes along?
Well, I think it'll be interesting. First of all, I think it's a good class for Mark Pope. Obviously, we have it in the top 5 in the on-3 team rankings, the industry team rankings. He got 2 in-state guys in Malachi and Jasper that I feel like he needed to get. Those were must-win recruitments. Ended up getting it done despite some overtures from other programs, especially with Jasper. Went in there and won the battle for the in-state kid. I think the thing that stands out the most about the class for me is that the fit. I feel like, especially with Jasper and Caden, they have deficiencies as players. However, the system that Kentucky has kind of plays toward their strengths, playing with the space, playing with the shooting, playing with the ball movement. I feel like really fits their styles of play and will kind of enhance the very much positives that they have within their game. When it comes to Malachi, he's one of the most consistent rebounders within the class. Whenever he goes out, whether it be on the AAU circuit within the elite, whether it be with his Great Crossings high school team, he consistently rebounds the basketball, legit size, moves well. So there's a real there's a real positive there with him when it comes to playing around the basket, when it comes to rim protection, when it comes to finishing around the rim. He does things that he is able to do, plays within himself, and he's a very, very consistent, very, very good rebounder, high pointing the basketball, ending possessions on the one end of the floor and extending possessions sometimes on the offensive end of the floor.
And then Kentucky's got one more guy they're going after in this class after missing out on Caleb Wilson. You got Nate Ament, number 3 in your rankings. What stands out to you about his game to have him as kind of a top 3 player in this class?
The adaptability he has. I feel like he's a high-level player, whether he plays on the ball, whether he plays off the ball, whether he's a play finisher or a play starter. His adaptability to play within the system and enhance the level of play of everybody around him. This summer, an AAU circuit playing with Team Loaded, the Adidas 3SSB, he was primarily on the ball. He did a lot of stuff in the high pick and roll. He was able to quickly process plays and put the defense at a disadvantage, whether it be finishing himself or moving the ball around. Really good passer, left hand, right hand in traffic off the bounce, off a live dribble, and he shot the ball very well. This season with his high school team, he's having to be more of a featured player. You know, they're traveling all over the place. He wants to play everybody. He's been playing everybody, individual matchup, I guess team matchups, but he's played AJ Dibansta, where he scored 30+. He played Darren Peterson, where he had double-double in the win against them. With his high school team, he's having to be the featured guy. He's having to be the guy who not only sets the plays up, but gets the offensive advantage and scores the basketball. He's shown that he can do both at a high level, do both winning, and elevate the play of everybody around him. He's only going to get better being 6'9", with his ability to quickly process, his ability to dribble, shoot, and pass. During the Adidas this summer on hand, he averaged 15 points, almost 11 rebounds, couple block shots, and shot 42% from three at 6'9", as a primary kind of creator, initiator for a team that went to the Final Four of the circuit. There's just a whole lot of stuff there, a whole lot of adaptability to play within multiple types of systems, multiple types of roles, multiple types of positions, the versatility. I think what's really taken his game to the next level this year has been the toughness. There's a physicality factor that he brings to the table. Albeit he's skinny and thin, he plays very physically. He's a very instinctive defender, playing in the passing lanes of both weak side shot blocker as well. And he's an active rebounder, going to chase rebounds and averaging double-figure rebounds as well.
And now I know things are ramping up with him. He's been taking some visits, got some visits coming up. So where do you think Kentucky stands in all of this, and what's the latest with his recruitment?
I think Kentucky's somewhere to watch. Heading into the visit, I do not think that Kentucky's in the lead group of schools. However, they're put themselves in the position to make a move coming on with this next visit. They've been in touch with Nate Ament for a while now. He took early visits, Ament, to Texas, Notre Dame, Louisville, and Tennessee. He took a visit last weekend to Duke. Now Kentucky setting things up with them. I believe Joe Tipton reported yesterday it was going to be on the 11th to just take the place of the Kansas State visit that he canceled. I think that Kentucky has an idea of where things are at. I think they have a relationship with them that's kind of been off and on. If you remember, Kentucky was supposed to be one of his very first visits that he took, and he ended up canceling that visit for whatever reason. Now they've been able to come back around, and it looks like get him on campus. So there's a mutual discussion there. I think Nate's been able to see the system and see how they play, and kind of wants to learn a little bit more about what Kentucky has to offer. As I mentioned previously, I wouldn't say Kentucky is necessarily in that lead top group going into the visit. However, getting him on campus, it's letting him see firsthand. He's going in, as I'm told, with an open mind. So getting him on campus, it could go a long way to see where things are at as he comes off of campus.
Well, Jamie, we'll be paying close attention to see when he finalizes that visit and his reactions to it. Thanks for joining us today. We hope to see you again soon.
Jacob, I appreciate it.
All right, my final thought today is that all eyes are on Nate Ament. Keep an eye out for getting a visit set at Kentucky, and from there, we'll see how serious Kentucky's interest is and if they can get into that top group of schools. Thanks for joining us today. Be sure to go and subscribe to KSR Plus. Go and subscribe to the KSR YouTube channel, and we'll see you again soon.